Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Johnny's NetSec YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use free Qualys Community Edition to scan your Azure network. In my channel, I already have quite a few videos to talk about vulnerability scanning and the tools. If you search my channel using vulnerability, you will find all those videos. If you want to know how we can start our vulnerability scanning step by step, this is the guide. I do have other videos to show you use free tools such as Tenable, NetSec, Vulnerability Scanner, also using free Community Edition, Qualys. If you want to do web vulnerability scanning, you can use Docker versions, Accuratics, Web Vulnerability Scanner. Database scan, we can use IBM Guardian. So basically, there's quite a lot of videos to show you all vulnerability scanning's capability using free tools. But in this video, I'm gonna focus on how to do vulnerability scanning in your Azure environment using the marketplace Qualys Virtual Scanner Appliance. I already had a video to show you how to find the Community Edition and how to get it free account, how to use it. So in today's video, I'm gonna refresh the whole process and then install a Qualys Virtual Scanner in Azure environment and execute vulnerability scanning. Now let's start it. So the first thing we need to do is get a free Community Edition account, which is very straightforward. You can either search Qualys Community Edition or you can go to Qualys website, just search Community Edition. The first search result gonna show you the URL. Basically, it's qualys.com/community-edition. It's a completely free version of Qualys Cloud Platform, which you can find on all those platforms across the global world. There's a limitation, usually 1 year, and for the numbers IPs, there's limitation there, and also web application, you only can scan one web application, but it's good enough for a home network or small office for testing purpose, just like what we do right now. You do need to provide your work emails. If you don't have one, you can get a free domain from eu.org, which is in my video here, and then you can integrate with your Office 365, so then you can have your work email there. Using that, you should be able to get free Community Edition. Just put all those information in and you will be able to get the free one from here. Just sign up for it. So here is what I'm trying to do. Click sign up, success, then you will get the confirmation email and then you can work from there. So depending on your registration process, you may get a couple of emails. Here is a thank you for choosing Qualys Community Edition emails. You will get the URL and your username for login. And you may also get the registration link to reset your password. So using the OTP key and the OTP code. So those things, depending on the process, you will get different emails. Eventually, you will get a similar email like this one as well, which you will get the starting guide link and also the Community Edition, which give you 19 address, 16 for internal and 3 external, total 19, and 1 URL. And then you can deploy one virtual scanner, which we will focus on in this video, deploy it in a Azure environment. That's pretty much for your registration. Now let's take a look how the platform looks like. It's a Community Edition, as you can see. First thing you may want to check after you log in, you may want to check the license. So the license usually will give you 1 year. As you can see here, my account is starting from November until this year November. So we're gonna do web application scan. It's also available. And we're gonna have limited storage space, 500 megabytes, more than enough. We can have 10 concurrent reports maximum per user, also more than enough. So it's usually good enough for us to use for 1 year. If you want to see more features, you can go to About. This will show you the applications version and the external scanners, IP address, SOC sender, and the scanner appliances, and the cloud agent URL, which cloud agent gonna contact to. So we have quite a few modules available for us to use in this free subscription. We have Asset View, Global Asset View, Cloud Agent, Connectors, which can connect to your cloud platform, Total Cloud, Vulnerability Management, which is the main part we're gonna use to scan our network or infrastructure for vulnerabilities, Web Application Scanning, which is focused on web application. You also can find them from this modules list, drop-down list. Vulnerability management, of course, that's the main one we're gonna go to. We have nothing here. We haven't done anything. We don't have assets. We don't have any scanner available right now. So if you look at the appliances, it's empty. You can do some basic setup, but most likely you don't need to do anything here. Keep the default is more than enough at the beginning. You can add more users based on your license, but for this license, usually we only can do just 1 user, which we already have here. If you want to do more users, you will get the error message since they only allow maximum 1 user. This is free Community Edition. Now let's start to install the appliance. Now let's start to create the Qualys appliance. Qualys appliance is also, we can call it as a scanner. So to scan the internal network, you need a scanner appliance. So when you click new, you will see a couple options. We're gonna choose virtual scanner appliance option since we're gonna install in Azure Cloud. You will see this text telling us we only have 1 virtual scanner license, so it means we only can install 1. We're gonna get started using this star wizard. Give a name, we call it scanner 1. We also choose a platform, which is Microsoft Azure platform. If you were using other platforms, you can choose from here as well. Next, then we need to configure the virtual scanner in the cloud. When we configuring the virtual scanner in the cloud, we need this personalization code to connect this VM to your account. So you're gonna go to the marketplace in Azure Cloud. You can search marketplace. Then you will get this window, and then from this page, and you can search Qualys. There are a couple options here. The Qualys Virtual Scanner Appliance is the one we needed. So just click on this one. The only option, only plan we can use is this one, just create it. So we're gonna use Azure for NetSec. That's my subscription, but you can use any one of yours. I already have a couple of resource group I'm gonna put into this Windows Test 1 free group. The region is same region as the resource group, no need to change, but you want to put a scanner VM name here. I'm calling it Qualys Scanner 1. Here is a code, personalization code. No proxy, since it directly go to internet. I will choose default VM size. So boot diagnostics, you will need a storage account to create. Of course, we're gonna use in premium disk. So we're gonna create a storage account. We're gonna call it Qualys. Okay, we're gonna create this storage account. Go to next. There's options for you to use a virtual network. You can create a new VNet. If you do that, you may need a VNet pairing with your existing VNet, but I'm gonna use in the current one and the default subnet as well. Do we need a public IP? We don't really need that, since the virtual scanner will pull the configuration from internet, and the Qualys platform will not do push the configuration to your scanner, so we don't need public IP in this situation. We're gonna review and validate the configuration before we create this VM. In couple seconds, then you should be able to get a validation passed message. Then you should be able to start to create it. So initializing the deployment, you will get this message. The total deployment process will take 2-3 minutes, so we will have to wait until it gets done. So like creating all resources we are asking for, NSG, network, storage account, and then VM. So we're gonna pause here and then we'll come back once it's done. I waited a couple of days again, I keep trying, and eventually after around 1 week, it works. The deployment process is work now. It was working before, then a week ago I tried again, but then failed. For some reason, image isn't available for my subscription. I tried a different way, but I couldn't resolve it. After wait another week, yeah, it works. So we can go to resource group and take a look. All those Qualys scanner related resources has been created. We can go back to our Qualys scanner platform, and the personalization code I already changed it because it's a new VM I created. So let's check activation. It may take a couple minutes for your scanner to be fully up, and then they will call back to Qualys platform and register itself and then associate to your platform. It may take 5 to 10 minutes, so please be more patient on this process. I will come back, continue the recording once this device shows up in my platform. After a couple of minutes waiting, so you will get this activation processing done, either successful or either not successful. If not successful, you might want to check your personalization code and your deployment for your VM scanner. So now we successfully activated our machine. So you should be able to see you have this Scanner 1 virtual appliance. You can check more information to see the version, to see the Azure VM information, one setting, then setting. We don't have one setting since we didn't put the public IP there. Also, we don't need it. You can see the version here. So that's basically how we can deploy your scanner into Azure Cloud to scan your Azure network. Since we have our Azure Virtual Scanner ready, we can start to do scan. You can start it right away from new scan and creating a basic scan for your Azure VMs or networks. I'm gonna use in initial options this profile. So now you have option to choose external or internal. So we're gonna use the internal one since it's internal IP we're gonna scan from. You also can use external to scan from outside of your network, from the internet. But of course you're gonna use in the public IP to do scanning. We're gonna add IP here. That's our Windows VM in the Azure network. That's basic thing you need to put it in, nothing else, just click launch. It may prompt you this IP address wasn't entered into your asset group, so just add it in. Once you add it in, you can launch the scan. So the scanning process is depending on the scanner performance and how busy it is. Usually it will take more than an hour or a couple hours. The longest time I wait maybe took 8 hours one time. So we launch the scan, it's on the pending status right now. While we are waiting the scanning to be done, I can present it something else as well, like authentication scan. So as you can see, we have the username, password, credential for the Windows already entered before. But if you don't have anything here, then you can try to do is, for example, I'm gonna type the name of the VM here. That will give us a hint. This credential is for this VM. So login credential, we are using local since it's not domain environment. It's just local. So you can put the username, password here, admin, and then type the password. Also, you want to tell which machine gonna use in this credential. So you can put a whole network or multiple machines in, but for this case, we just put in here, save. Now we get this username password. So next time when you do scanning, you need to create a new option profile. So we can quickly add this one and save as, let's say, authentication scan. So we create a new profile based on the initial one. Now we're gonna add it to make it become authentication scan. So to do that, you can keep all those things as default, or if you want to change it to full scan, you can click full, click authentication for Windows. So if you have Linux in your environment, you may want to pick this one as well. So in that way, they were gonna try to identify your OS and then apply the username password you entered before in the authentication tab. Nothing else you need to change. Save it. So if you want to do authentication scan, you can create a new one. Give a name. Let's call it a full scan, and then it's authentication scan. This time we choose this option profile. Of course, internal scanner. Put an IP in, then you can launch the scan. So that will be your full authentication scan for your list 10.0.0.4 machine. Other than that, if you want to do agent scan, you need to install Cloud Agent. In that case, you need to download the agent. Let's say we're gonna do Azure deployment for this agent. So we're gonna use in vulnerability management module for this key. Then we generate. So we will get installation instruction. Once we download the agent, we upload to our Windows machine, then we can run this script to deploy it. So here is download link. Close. If you didn't copy the PowerShell command, then you also can do your agent management to see the key, activation keys. So you will found it from here. So you can easily go to this same install agent window and get the instruction. If you have other modules you want to try, such as web application scanning, we also can quickly launch it. So if you want to do a quick web application scan, it's very simple as well. Go to the web application tab, create a new web application. Let's say we want to scan google.com. Then we type google.com. Next, you can keep those crawl settings as default, and you need to choose an option profile as well for your web application scanning. We do initial WAS options. You can customize it to get your own option profile, but for demo purpose I would just using the default one. You also have an option to choose external or internal, which is individual. So we do external. We keep the default settings. Then we're gonna create the scanning for vulnerabilities, or you also can do discovery, depending on your option. So here is a scanning settings. Now we launch scan. So we created the web application, and also we did launch a quick scanning to the google.com. This one will be much faster, usually take less than 30 minutes it will be done. So both are running right now. It shows still pending. So I'm gonna pause and stop video here. Once that I finish it, I can gonna show you the report. Once the scanning completed, you can download the scanning report. Also you can view the scanning process. So right now it's still running. We are using this option profile. So the target. Once your scanning completed, you also can download it, the result, using different download format here, PDF or HTML or CSV. So that's pretty much everything in this video to show you how to do a quick vulnerability scanning in your Azure environment. Hope you enjoyed it. If yes, please give me a thumb up. Also, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do. That definitely helps me a lot. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.